Okay, so one of the common misconceptions that I see on a lot of these Facebook group posts is people misidentifying the International Series or GT Cutlass Cieras. So I wanted to use my 88 International Series sedan to point out a few of the visual cues and then of course the option codes to let you know if a car is really a GT or an International. So for 1983, the ES model came out, and that was an option package on the Cutlass Ciera, and it carried an option code, and really it added ground effects and a few other niceties, bucket seats, etc., but it was mostly an appearance package. For 85 on the coupe model only, Oldsmobile introduced the GT, and the GT was much more than just appearance. The GT included the 3.8 liter V6 that had just appeared the year before, and the 4-speed automatic transmission, as well as a little bit more visual identity to the car. For 86, the ES sedan became the GT sedan, and then for 88, the GTs were redubbed the International Series. So 88 is the only year that the International Series got the 3.8 liter V6, and the only year it got the more formal roofline. For 89, the roof of the sedan models was changed. It had been changed in 86 on the coupes, and the 3300 V6 replaced the 3.8. Now, a couple of the visual cues. Number one, you're looking for the factory body kit with front fog lights. You can see it has the blacked out centerpieces to the grille. If this were an XC, the grille would not be chrome around the frame. The grille would be painted body color. As we go around to the side, we can see the black painted mirrors, the black painted windshield wiper arms. We can see the N78 alloy wheels. We can see the body kit along the doors going into the rear bumper. We see the pillar and door trim all black, the door handles, the locks all black. And what you're really looking for on these is this emblem on an International Series. This is unique to these cars. There should be one on the front, which is one is missing due to an accident, and then one on each pillar. People tend to see this Cutlass Ciera flag row on all of these models, and because of that they think it's an International, but it's not. As I said in the video on the Holiday Coupe, all of the early Cutlass Cieras got this emblem. So you really need to look for this round emblem that says International Series on it. I've got some new old stock ones at home that'll go on this car, but first I want to get it painted and collect some more parts for it. The next thing you're looking for is look inside of the car. All International Series have the full rally cluster. They have the sports steering wheel. They have bucket seats, although leather was an option. This one has the leather. We're looking for the floor shift. We're looking for the unique door panels. And one other thing I've noticed on these cars is that almost all, or at least all of the ones I can find, the special sport Cieras, so the XCs, the Internationals, the GTs, all seem to be made in Canada. So the VIN number starts with a 2 on these. They all seem to be made in Canada. As we come around the back, we can see that the luggage rack on these would be black, not chrome, right? We can see here it's got the third brake light, which became required in the United States after 1986. My 85 does not have that, although if it did, it would be in the rear window on that car or on the luggage rack, depending on whether or not the luggage rack was ordered. Now, looking in the trunk, let's take a look at the option decal here. Do you see on this car in the second from bottom row, W49? W49 is the GT or International Series package. So if you don't see that, that's telling you that the car might just be a regular Cutlass Ciera that has a console and bucket seats. You could get that in the regular cars. You could order a lot of these options on the regular cars, but people tend to see them and they think, oh, it's got bucket seats, it's got a V6, it's got the flags on the fender, that must be an International. Not necessarily. Another thing to look for is if we go around and look at the VIN. So, I told you in the Holiday Coupe video that the VIN number had to be AM27 to let you know that it was actually a Brougham Coupe initially. Well, starting in 88, the International Series got its own VIN identifier. So do you see 2G3? That's a Canadian-built Oldsmobile. AS. The S means International Series. So while earlier years would have used the same VIN identifier as just the regular Cutlass Ciera, you'd see a J there. On the Internationals, you're looking for an S, starting in 1988. That's how you know you've got a real International. One other thing that I'll point out while we're here, you can see just how sun-baked this car is. It's definitely a candidate for a full restoration, and at some point I will do that. I'm currently collecting parts. Is since the weather is so beautiful today, I'm using the factory sunroof. This was the first year that the Cutlass Ciera could have a power factory sunroof. Before that, there was a removable glass panel that you've probably seen in a lot of cars. It had a giant latch that you pulled on, and that would release the lock on the glass, and you just lift the glass out. This is a sliding and tilting glass top, and I have to say it's pretty big compared to what you get on a lot of cars of this size. Only available on the sedans this year. So if you have a coupe with a glass panel in the roof, it's the removable top, it's not the power top. But the sedans could have this. This option was over $1,000 in 1988. I bought this car because I didn't want to see it parted out. And the reason is that this International, other than an engine block heater, has every single option, right down to that power sunroof, right? And obviously all the regular International equipment, like it has the heavy-duty brakes, heavy-duty cooling, etc. So that's my second video on the special edition Cieras. And if you have any questions, let me know.